EOH today announced the acquisition of Sybrin. Didn't disclose a price though, but we might just hear a little more about that from the chief executive in a moment. Sybrin is a specialized developer of software for the financial services and other industry sector. Company chief executive Asha Bobot joins us on the line on a day when the stock once again defied gravity. EOH at an all-time high this morning, up 26 cents to 27 Rand 27 cents. Asha, nearly 8 billion Rand market cap. Did you ever think this was possible when you started?
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Incredible how the market has taken to you and just keeps pushing the share price higher and higher. But I guess that also brings new challenges for you to justify this confidence.
Look, obviously the market has got its own life and the share has got its own life in the short term. But inside the business, we're obviously focusing on getting the business to grow, to develop, and have a healthy, sustainable business. And what the share price or the market does, obviously, must feed from it, but it's not what sits in our head.
I'm glad to hear that. But I'm also glad to hear that you're continuing to make acquisitions that will add value, or so it seems. Just tell us a little more about Sybrin. It's been around 20 years. Why was it appealing?
It's appealing on from many dimensions. First of all, it's a very strong and healthy, both financially and internally, with a very strong management team, a very strong set of around 150 people. They are servicing a very interesting and dynamic industry, and in some industries, but mainly in the financial services, which are going through a lot of change. Their software, their products are a catalyst in helping that change in banking sector, financial services, insurance, etc. The other dimension, which fits smack into our thinking and strategy and planning, is their presence in Africa, which is about 72% of what they do is outside South Africa and mainly in Africa. And they have offices in Kenya, and Zimbabwe, and Zambia, Tanzania, Rwanda. Really, they're playing in 17 countries with just about all the financial services players in those countries being their customers. So it will really help our strategy of growing aggressively into Africa.
And I'm glad to see they're into social media as well on their website. They've just tweeted about an hour ago that they're proud members now of the EOH group. That's something that I'd like to just unpack a little more with you, Asha. Talking to your financial director recently, he was saying that many of your acquisitions are tip-offs from customers.
Yeah, the way we do acquisitions, first of all, the term acquisition in EOH is forbidden to be used internally EOH. We understand that you would obviously use it from a financial point of view as a transaction. But the transaction or the financial transaction of an acquisition is but a 1% or so of the entire engagement. Our view on what you would call acquisition is that it's actually people joining us. It's a group of people with special expertise, special knowledge, special connections into certain industries, products or services that choose to join us. Yes, there is a transaction, but the essence of it is that really it's a group of people. So Sybrin is 150 people that really joining and becoming part of the EOH family. We treat them as part of us. They are integrated into the business, and are just about without exception pretty close to the time of the engagement. They really start to feel like part of us, as opposed to a little standalone engagement. EOH is not a holding company per se. The businesses work together and feed of whatever EOH has got to offer to them. And typically, they will join us and see growth immediately following by using our extensive customer base, our strategy of engagement, our BE profile, our access to the market, our balance sheet, etc.
That's all very nice, Asha, but I was talking to a great investor in South Africa, a venture capital investor, and he said his biggest risk was that once people got a bit of money in their pocket, they changed. how do you make sure that once these Steve Prowse and his team at Sybrin get a bit of money in their pocket, as surely they will through this joining, that they won't change?
Well, I don't have to voice a view. We've got facts. We've been around for 15 years, and I can hardly think of anybody who joined us so-called through an acquisition, what you would call an acquisition, that is not with us today, 15 years later. So we've got.
So how do you keep them? How do you keep them interested?
Because of the model of EOH. First of all, we're very entrepreneurial. So the people that would join will continue with their ability to go out there, grow business, develop, come with ideas, and we would support them. In fact, we will give them more muscle to make these ideas, those ideas come true. We will support them. The way we are organized is that we push responsibility as low as possible in the organization, so people feel empowered. And those entrepreneurs that would join us into the business would not feel that their ability, their power to influence, the power to do has been compromised. The opposite. They've got more tools to mobilize to achieve objectives.
Well, no one can argue with your model. It's been working. EOH Chief Executive Asher Bobot, the share price up